In today's video, we're discussing the hips, the role of the hips in your golf swing, a vital part for your backswing and your downswing move. Check this video out, I'm going to give you a really simple solution. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my back garden. Hope you guys are keeping safe from the coronavirus. That's why I'm filming in my garden rather than out on the golf course. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, I'm filming a lot of content, how to practice at home. So do give me the thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel to never miss another video again. At least 2 instructional videos a week. But the details for my social media are also coming on the bottom of the screen right now. And on there at the minute, I'm filming daily content, shorter videos than these YouTube ones, short clips giving you ideas of how to practice, how to have a bit of fun with your golf at home, covering lots of different areas. So check me out on there also. Today's video, as I mentioned, is all going to be about the hips, and this is a total golf swing exercise. And it's quite a simple one. If you can get out in the garden, all you need is a tour stick or a cane that I've shoved into the ground, and this is going to go behind your hips. So I've got my GoPro set up over here behind me, which is a slightly strange angle to view your golf swing from. But if you get a chance to video yourself from there, it's a really important angle to see what the hips are doing in the backswing. So what we're going to be discussing or trying to get rid of is any swaying movement in the backswing, any too much lateral movement in the downswing, or hanging back. So what we want the hips to do, and I'm going to jump straight into using this stick behind me, and I'm just going to center this almost in the center, middle of my my backside. So right on the middle there, part of my loop and my belt, it's right in the center of my legs almost. And what I'm trying to do, and you'll see this more from the GoPro camera behind me, is I'm trying to stop losing contact in the backswing with any sliding movement where it's moved from the center towards my left bum cheek or then actually moving away from me. I would know if I'm extending, standing up, not really rotating enough into this stick behind me. And I've done drills like this using a chair behind the things, but this just one object is actually very good for what I'm going to be discussing here. What I want to see in the backswing is the trail hip. So my trail side is the side furthest away from the target. So this is my right hip moving up and behind me. And what that means is the cane is pretty much staying where it was. Okay, there isn't a big shift off the golf ball. Pressure, you could call it weight if you like, has moved towards my trail foot, but there hasn't been a big movement off the golf ball to achieve that. So I'm definitely applying more force to the ground through my trail foot, but my hips have stayed relatively centered. They've just done this. Okay, so my trail hip has moved up and behind me, and that's what I'm really looking for it to do in the backswing. It's going to feel like trail hip moves up and behind me in the backswing. That's true of the shoulders as well, but not discussing that today. Trail shoulder up and behind me, okay? So we're creating the right tilts in our backswing. So my trail hip is moving up and behind me. As I start my downswing, I want to recenter my hips so I feel like I'm coming back to about where I was. And if anything at impact, I want my hips to just be slightly forward side, target side of this stick on the downswing. What I definitely don't want to see in the downswing movement is my hips moving back away from the target. And I get 1 or 2 golfers where they slide too much again, they've lost complete contact here. So backswing, right hip has gone up and behind me. The cane is about where it was. Recenter my hips, so it's moved dead center here, and at impact, I'm just ahead of the cane, if anything, only just a little bit ahead of the cane. So I may have to move this in a little bit. Might be easier moving the mat to me. I won't be lazy. Let me get quickly set up here. So set up to the ball. Cane is going to go center. And you're trying to get that feeling of right hip is up and behind you. Hips have recentered, hips are just ahead of the line. There's no real sliding movement either way, and I'm definitely not losing contact with that there. And you really will feel that tour stick So, rehearse that movement that we're trying to create. Okay. As I said, you'll have seen that GoPro camera that I've got behind me there. Great position to view your golf swing from, and look what the hips are actually doing. That was a better strike. So you'll see from that camera that my hips aren't moving too much laterally off the golf ball. I'm not sliding this way. I'm not sliding too far forwards on the downswing. I'm feeling like there is contact in the backswing, contact in the downswing, and if anything, my hips are just a little bit target side of that stick in the downswing into impact to really mean I've shifted my pressure into my lead foot. We wouldn't want to see someone leaning back away from the target here. So just using a tour stick in the ground. If you haven't got anywhere to hit golf balls, that's fine. Just do it in the garden, some slow swings. If you can put a doormat down and hit some airflow balls at the house, fantastic. But just doing some of those movements, getting the awareness, and if you can, get your phone behind you, get your video out and have a look at what the hips are doing when you're actually making a normal golf swing and then doing a slow pace one with the tour stick in the ground, and it might surprise you what your hips are doing, and that would be a huge part to why you're perhaps not striking the ball as well as you want. If there is too much lateral movement off the golf ball, it's going to get very difficult to hit the centre of the golf club. As I said at the start, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this, if it has helped. Put some comments below and make sure you hit that little bell icon when you subscribe. It just notifies you every time a new video goes live.